We're Gina and Stephen with Live Deeper 10X, and we're traveling the world one house sit at a time.
Good morning, everybody. We're leaving our Airbnb, which is a very interesting kind of Airbnb. We'll have to do a little tour of the Airbnb this afternoon. In fact, when we first arrived, we were like, no way, this cannot be correct. But anyway, it turns out it's fine, you know. Yes, it's another part of recalibrating what's fine and what's not. Anyway, we have a cool trip planned. Yes, what are we doing today?
We were going for a bike ride in downtown Larnaca. Is it Larnaca or Lanarca?
It's Larnaca.
You've got all over your lip.
It's called chap.
Yeah, but
I have chapped lips.
Yeah, but it's just do that. There we go. It's all better. See? Now we're good.
We're in Larnaca.
Lanarca.
No, Larnaca. Larnaca.
Is it? Okay.
I'll throw a map up so we can see where we are.
Okay. I'm just looking for the bus to make sure we don't miss it. And we are going to be spending the morning doing a bike ride around Larnaca, and we're going to the St. Lazarus Church. We're going to the Salt Lakes. We're going to this beautiful mosque where they say that Muhammad's sister is buried under, the Prophet Muhammad. We're going to spend some time showing you Larnaca, which is one of the, I think it's the second or third biggest city in Cyprus.
Here comes the bus, here comes the bus. It says 4:25. This is our bus.
It's always a good idea when you travel on a bus to bring small change with you, because I only had a 20 and he asked me for small change, but I found some euro at the bottom of my little purse. Also, be sure to remember to wear your mask when you're getting on the bus so you don't get scolded by the bus driver. We were not big on public transportation when we were living in the States, but here we are traveling around the world, and that's our chosen preference. We prefer to travel.
And one reason for that is because it's so much more effective and efficient, and the public transport gets you where you need to go. In so many cities, at least that we've lived in, you can't get anywhere on the buses.
You really wanted to talk about this.
There you go.
The funny thing is, we were talking to our homeowner the other day, and he said, you know what, I've lived in Cyprus for 20 years and I have never taken public transportation. And I would wonder, for all of you watching, how many of you locally have taken advantage of public transportation? I would dare say not many of us, because we don't think about doing it until we are outside of our home community. So, challenge for you today is to consider taking the bus somewhere, or if you live in a place where there's a really good subway or tram or train or whatever, take that and see what it's like. But it's great. It's great.
It's great.
You better be careful.
This cat appears to be one that will eat you for dinner. It's okay, you can stay asleep. You can stay asleep.
So here's another fun fact about Cyprus. Cyprus actually is known as the Cat Island, and it's because back in the day, Saint Helena wanted to get rid of the potential snakes. I don't even know who Saint Helena is, but she wanted to get rid of the snakes here on the island, so she imported a bunch of cats onto the island, but they ended up taking over, and so now cats are everywhere.
We have somewhat of a dilemma right now because we're in a warm place near the Mediterranean, but in like a week or less we go to Switzerland, which is not warm, and I think 2 days. We leave on Monday, so we don't really have any warm clothes because all we have is a backpack.
Right here, pick and click.
Oh, pick and click. This is our bike.
They don't open till 9.
This is where we're supposed to get our bike.
So guess what Gina's doing? We're going over there to the Bluebird coffee shop and getting me some coffee.
We'll get back to the clothes thing in a little while. We didn't get these because we figured we'd get run over and killed by buses or cars. Hopefully they do open at 9. Look, there's an old lady on a very cool moped, which looks super fun. Look at that. I don't think we're getting that though. We should get that, but it's too much money. So the pick and click bike rental shop is not open yet, so we decided to come over to the Bluebird coffee shop right across the street so Gina can have her morning coffee fix. Gina says these are not real.
Are they real? I feel like I'm pulling one off.
Don't do that. They're not real.
Score one for Gina. Oh, storytelling statues. Here, hold
Lanarca.
that. Let's see if this tells you. Scan the code to hear my story. I love these things. Oh, I hope it works. Who's calling me? Somebody's calling me from Lanarca. Storytelling statue.
I was created in Glasgow in the 19th century and I arrived in Lanarca in 1895. I was initially set in Luluthgion Square, which is now called Zinompieri Square.
Okay, so listen, this is a convent. These very cool storytelling pieces down at the bottom where you can actually just click the QR code and it gives you, they actually call you. It's kind of cool. And you can actually listen to some of the stories around the different pieces that are behind us. So behind me is actually an old convent where the nuns from France came. And this particular piece actually came from France, and it's now just a beautiful piece that's in dedication of one of the nuns that was here to help heal the sick. Behind me is a statue of a man who apparently died in 1959 fighting the British when the British came in. And to my back corner back here is the Larnaca Archaeology building, where you can go and learn all about the historical nature of this town. You know why we're down 70%? Because you're shooting video footage of that.
Nobody's here yet. Could you please repeat what you just said?
No.
Why?
Because it wasn't nice. Because Stephen likes to change plans.
No, I don't.
Put things together, and then he wants to change the plans, not just for me, but for everybody else involved. So
No,
he's
I don't-
ready to go. He's ready to start his day. Wouldn't you like to be this tall?
No. Do you want me to be this tall?
I have to look up at you this whole time.
No, I don't want to change plans. I just want the plans to start out differently. Oh, those flowers smell good.
And so what we're going to do differently. That way he can get what he wants. He can get his needs met. How about that?
Does
It's all
it?
about getting your needs met.
As long as it begins with bacon.
Bacon?
It's hard to find American style bacon anywhere.
It's called streaky bacon.
Streaky bacon.
But I don't understand what that means.
I think it's got the fat streak, so it kind of looks like our regular, American bacon.
Yeah,
but
don't say normal bacon because
yeah,
that's
no,
yeah.
but it's not. It's different, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
I think it's an acceptable substitute when one is craving bacon in the morning.
Streaky bacon.
We got off subject.
9 o'clock.
Nice.
So now that I'm doing contract work in the US and Morocco, I need one of these in order to help me keep track of time.
It's the #1 brand of electric bike because of the design.
And how fast
they
is
look really cool.
Yeah,
They
so
really,
they look very
these
cool.
models that you're going to be driving now, those ones,
Uh-huh.
look like a normal bike.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like an electric.
Hey.
I will take them out and you will.
Yes, that's great. Steven's very excited.
That's very fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
We wish Ethan were here because he'd go vroom vroom.
Yeah.
So we're going to check some things out around here today, and we're going to take advantage of these fun bikes that he's pulling out. Guess who's getting the pink one? Guess who's getting the pink one? How cool.
So I will give you my own.
Whoa.
It's a special edition one.
Oh,
Because
Really?
Yeah, I'm very lucky because Super 73 is the brand that I represent. 2 years later, they made a contract with my favorite football team, Paris Saint-Germain from Paris.
Okay.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they made a special edition for...
It's too nice. I don't want to take it.
No, why not?
No,
Take
because
it.
it's a
Yes.
special
No,
edition.
don't worry,
No.
be happy. Really. It's such a nice bike that it's the same bike, but it's just a special edition.
But even
I love
nicer.
it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's awesome.
That's very nice.
How long have you been doing this?
It's my third year now that I start. I'm eco-friendly. We have electric cars, electric bikes, electric scooters, and electric stand-up paddle.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
jet surfing.
Well, how did it feel to ride it?
Good.
Yeah?
Real good.
Please have a try also.
Okay.
Quick trip back to Utah.
Second largest city in Cyprus.
There's one big one. There's one bigger.
And then in November, December,
I
January,
get this.
this fills up with water and flamingos fly from Algeria.
Flamingos fly from Algeria.
All
That is the
different
name of our
parts
next
the Middle
novel.
East, and they hang out here for 3.5 months. Now, does anybody know why flamingos are pink? Stephen.
I think it has to do with the shrimp that they eat.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. It's the brine that they eat. Now, the younger ones, the ones that are really young, not pink.
A big shout out to Oliver at Pick and Click. It's a great establishment. He's the nicest guy on the planet.
Nicest guy ever.
He actually gave me his special edition. He's awesome. They're awesome.
To the mosque over there, which is the Hala Sultan Mosque. Actually, where they say the sister of Prophet Muhammad died and they buried her there, and her body is buried underneath that mosque, and it's supposed to be phenomenal. Pretty flowers. Palm tree. Behind us is the Hala Sultan Tekke Muslim Mosque, and it is still in operation. I read that it wasn't, but apparently it is. And so Stephen and I, of course, came in wearing shorts and a skirt. And
We're not dressed
appropriately, so we couldn't get very far. You have to have everything below the knee. And we should have done our research before, especially since we spent almost a month in a Muslim country. You would think that we would have known better. It looks lovely and beautiful, and it's actually named after the sister. She was actually the wife of the Prophet Muhammad's companion, but also foster sister for the Prophet Muhammad, and she died here, and so they built this mosque in her honor. Just like in Morocco, there are lots of cats around this mosque everywhere, so you can see them. They're all over the place, and so I feel like we've just stepped back into Morocco with the palm trees and the beautiful mosques behind us with the turrets. It's just, and the minarets actually is what they call that, and the domes, which are beautiful. We are sitting here watching the waves crash against the shore, and the breeze is blowing, and it's really comfortable. It's probably in the low 80s, maybe even in the 70s. And we were able to pick up some mango smoothies and chocolate milkshakes, and we brought our lunch because that's what we do to keep our costs down. It's really quite wonderful, and so we're just going to sit here and enjoy the rest of our meal. Probably enjoy the surf a little bit, and then get back on our bikes and head over to the Church of St. Lazarus, and then we'll head back to the bike shop because that will be the end of our day.
There are others that would take better care of you. I believe we have found it.
We're sitting outside of the church where they found Lazarus's tomb. We can't get into the church. Stephen and I have had zero success in getting into any churches in any part of the world.
So what's the history of this one again?
Oh, so this church is actually called the Christchurch of Lazarus, and it was founded on the tomb of Lazarus. They found where it said 4 days friendship, a friend of Jesus Christ, and it said Lazarus underneath it. So basically Lazarus he fled Judea because he had his life threatened back in the day, and so he fled here to Cyprus. At the time it wasn't Cyprus. Stayed here for 30 years, died a second time, and then he was buried here. His remains, of course, were removed and then lost somewhere over time, but the emperor at the time said, we're going to build this church on top of his actual tomb. So his tomb is below this church, and they named it after him. What a great day it was. We had the best time on these really cool bikes that Oliver told us about, and we're actually going to link his information down in our comments section or our description, because these bikes are actually made in California. So we spent all morning kind of cruising around all of Lanarca. I still don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Larnaca. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and follow us next time as we travel to the next destination.
Where is it? Did we say?
No.
All right, that's day after tomorrow, by the way. Check that. So this is where our Airbnb is. It's a little sketchy.
It's especially sketchy when it's 9 o'clock at night and you're walking and there's no lights.
It's just not what you would really expect. So,
well, let's pause for a second. Obviously, you guys will have watched our last video where we stayed in $1 million home. So we're not expecting $1 million Airbnbs. We are expecting a little bit more than just like, and Stephen will show you, garbage bags wrapped around the toilet tank. So we do have a bar. It may be a low bar, but we still have a bar.
But that's very funny. Yeah, I forgot though that we were coming from that last house. So
when we walked in and we got to see all of this, we were like, well, maybe we took a wrong turn.
Yeah, we were thinking, I don't know. I think this might be
but no,
not exactly.
But this is correct.
It is correct.
This is exactly
So like this whole apartment complex, there's just that many people living in it.
Well, we haven't actually seen anybody. And listen, here's the thing. This is what it's like to travel. You have
That's
to
right.
find the most inexpensive places to go. And sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. So, and this actually has turned out to be okay. It hasn't been like amazing, but it's been okay.
No, it's true. And you know, part of it, like we say a lot, is recalibrating our thoughts. This is not unsafe.
Watch the rebar.
Well, okay, physically. I mean, it's you have to watch out for certain things, but in terms of other aspects, no problem. How you doing?
Like, we're not sure if somebody actually lives in that bus.
That's a yeah, that's a good.
I always have trouble opening this door. Oh wait, we didn't open any of our windows. See, it's not bad. We've got a bed and a sofa and a TV.
It's a fun place because there are
dining room.
really many right angles.
That's right, like the kitchen in particular. So, this is. I think this is broken now.